Good morning, good people. I'm Brother Mark Schenk, Provincial Minister of the Capuchin Province of St. Conrad. I'm speaking to you from our friary of Fraternidad San Antonio in Denver, Colorado. I've been a Capuchin for 42 years. Here in Denver, lately, it seems that we've had more than our normal amount of cloudy, gray, cold days. Even in January in Denver, we usually have a lot of sun, but that's not been the case lately. And it starts to get to me, and I don't think I'm alone in this. I start to feel kind of lethargic and, well, to be honest, a little cranky at times. Thinking about that made me think also about our spiritual lives and how sometimes we have these sort of cloudy, gray periods in our spiritual lives where it seems that nobody is on the other end of our prayers listening to us. Our prayers aren't answered, or God doesn't hear us, or even that our prayer sometimes just seems kind of useless. There's there's a term for this in the spiritual life. Many spiritual writers have written about this. They call it the dark night of the soul, among other things. And it's a very common experience in the spiritual life for anybody who takes their spiritual life seriously. They almost always go through at least one of these dark nights of the soul during their lifetimes when everything seems to be dry, kind of useless. There just doesn't seem to be any point in it all anymore. Maybe you've experienced that in your own lives. And what I want to say is that, well, it's a normal experience. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It actually means you're a good person in a way, because you take your spiritual life seriously and you pay attention to those things. And I also want to tell you not to lose hope, because there's always a light at the end of this dark night of the soul if we have faith. These are moments that God tests us. And St. Paul even talks about this, but he says that God never gives us more than we can handle. He knows who we are and what we can take. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but we must have faith, and that's sometimes hard to do. St. Paul also says, hope that has possession of the thing it hopes for is not really hope. It's the same thing with faith. If we have absolute assurances about the person that we have faith in, that's not really faith. It's these times when we have this uncertainty that faith really comes into play, and we must, at that point, really seriously put our trust in God. And this is what makes our spiritual lives then stronger in the end, when we can make that jump to really put our trust in God. And sometimes it's very difficult, but it is doable. And so if you're one of those people like me who are experiencing these cloudy days in your lives, I urge you to take the time to sit down, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and just say, Jesus, I trust in you, I believe in you, and I know we're going to get through this. We're praying for you, and as always, we ask you to pray for us. God bless you.